some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Colorado Buffaloes, Boulder, Colorado. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Mustangs ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Hand off from the gun. Turning it on. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buffs! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Looking to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Guys, let's have a look at SMU. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. fires to the right. And it'll be incomplete.
Wait.
This is some physical defense.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but
Wait.
maybe not force feed him.
Dude, he looks like he caught it. Fucking weird.
Situation when he's got two guys on.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Murray. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
The Mustangs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he makes the extra point. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Colorado. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
He's piled up 97 yards on the ground in the first quarter. What a tremendous start to this season. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. With the catch, it's Polk. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Second down coming up. They're going to run it. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
Well, he's been showing off his skill and athleticism all game long so far. He's got speed, he's got quickness, he can make people miss, he can break tackles, and with that run, he's now at 100 yards rushing in the game. This dude is a weapon.
And the Buffaloes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Smashes ahead. Touchdown, Colorado! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Going right to work up top. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. The sure hands, it's Murray. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's a hit. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And wings it incomplete.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow. Allowed a touchdown in the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
Has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Pope. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. Sends it downfield. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Buffaloes send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He's got it. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And first down for the offense.
We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. He leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Murray. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And the Mustangs are rolling down the field. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got it. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. He's trying to get it in. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this defense has given up some yards, getting all the way down here to 1st and goal, but great job on 1st and goal. Getting the tackle for a loss and not guaranteeing a pass, but putting this offense in a more difficult situation and trying to end this drive by only giving up a field goal.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another team look like that in the rest of this game.
Now, after the incompletion, it leaves them with 3rd and goal from the 3. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the goal line. Give him 6. Touchdown, SMU.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you can make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Kansas is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you never know. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to UNLV. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the 2nd level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
And the Buffaloes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the 1st down.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to take a shot. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. And the Buffaloes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Fires to the tight end. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. The Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Hands it off. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's third and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on fourth. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's first and goal.
And the Buffaloes line it up with a first and goal. Making side adjustments here. Trying to slam in. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop.
Well, as soon as the running back got the ball, there was just absolutely nowhere for him to go. It just seemed like the D-line built a wall up front.
Yeah, and a great job. You're thinking pass right away because the draw is supposed to look like a pass first, rushing upfield, but then seeing it, reacting to it, and making sure they let that ball go nowhere. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Got him in the backfield quick.
The give. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Excellent pass by the back on the option. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Snags a quick pass on the left. At the 45 on his way. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
The Mustangs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. For just a second, let's take a big-picture view of SMU. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career off.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around to make it an easy passing catch.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes the catch. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mustangs.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they wanted now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got it on a wound. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. He kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. They'll grab the squib kick just inside the 10. And the returner is stopped.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them, so a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Back to pass on second down. Got a man. It's Murray. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the in.
Oh, he's got some space. Tag. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, SMU.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And the extra point is good. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Second down.
And the Buffaloes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ivory. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. To the air on first down. Working that left side now. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. The Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Looking for a deep man. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing game.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, they decided to get aggressive. That was just third and very manageable. Instead, they saw something, thought they could take a shot, but that's the risk reward. You don't come up with it. Now you got 4th down.
And the Buffaloes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On his way back from the 20. Slips through the line. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Buffaloes will boot it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Right on the money. Still running at the 40. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the right. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a first down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
And the Mustangs are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
Wants to throw on first down. Takes the easy completion. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
The Mustangs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Looking down the middle. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And the Mustangs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Mustangs! They take the lead with the 6. Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdowns.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I might want to change something up or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and scoring.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board.
Yeah, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark, and you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He tries to take the top off. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The Buffaloes will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He takes it at the 45. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pressure coming. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
The Mustangs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
And this offense has had a great day. They've put some big plays together, but the last 2 plays, man, getting a little complacent. They got to protect the quarterback. That's back-to-back sacks. The offensive line has to do a better job.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got his man on the right. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, this offense is giving a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity because 1st and 2nd down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable 4th down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanking the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Here's the handoff. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Buffaloes can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, running back on the move. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And the Buffaloes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Ivory. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 100.
Touchdown, Bucks! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a 2-time All-American know this game is not over. They're trailing by just 4 to Alabama. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll put this one in play. 1st snap of the drive from the 25. Rides the back on the option to give. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Working the middle, it's complete. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the 4th quarter gets underway. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. Buys a little extra time. He'll pull it down. Smashes through the tackle. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. It's complete. And the quarterback stuck it right in the keyhole, and they've got it down to the 30-yard line.
That's a 1st down for the offense.
And the Mustangs are on the move. Leaves it with the running back. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Grab near the marker, it's Murray. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
They're going back to the ground. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. Give him 105 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. And this offense is so close they can almost taste taking a fourth-quarter lead, but they don't want to leave too much time on the clock for an answer. He'll set up to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run it. Touchdown, SMU! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Gives it on the option. Plows through the defense. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The Buffaloes with the 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. And he's knocked down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
The Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Unloads to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And listen, obviously, you know, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Reads it, fires complete. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Northern Illinois is getting cooked right now. I mean, it's all over but the crying. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 25 to Marshall. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Motion from the wideout. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Gets it out quickly. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
Catch in the middle, it's Pope. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. And he's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They just keep firing. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. And you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that. So they're playing coverage. And they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They've got enough time to get another score, but they have to get the ball back on this onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Under a minute to play, they can just take a knee and put this game on ice.
It's such a good feeling. The best feeling in the world. The best formation is victory formations for offense where I can just catch the snap, take a knee, Jesse, and watch that clock run.
And it's got to feel good, too, because this was a physical football game. Both teams leaving it all on the field, and the offense now an opportunity to ice this thing, take the dub into the locker room, and get ready for your next opponent.
And the Mustangs will try to run out the clock in the final minute. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, SMU.
Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Trying to escape and get... Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a throw. Breaks into the open. Defense got it. They're on the run. Past the 20. How could this happen? Huge mistake, and the defense cashes in with a touchdown, and they're a point away from tying it up.
And we knew coming in these teams were very similar. Both really good football teams, but executing down the stretch might be the difference in the football game. How about that offense? Going down the field, they're an extra point away from tying this up, and we still got more football.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. He's taking the shot. Snatches it on the right.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, the next time he tries to go into the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Touchdown, SMU! They move on top here in the 4th.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. Coming up with that touchdown with just seconds left in this game now gives them an opportunity to hit the extra point and make it a touchdown game. And there might be 2 more plays left. The kickoff, maybe 1 more snap for the opponent. What a massive play in a big moment.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to go up top on first down. He wants a big play here late. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's going to do it. And it went right down to the final play. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.